Andariki namaskaramlu. Today is another good day for all of us that we are going to have the second webinar out of the three webinars from Swamini Sadvidyanandaji. And today's topic is Purushartha, Dharma and Purushartha, and two types of Dharma, Samanya and Vishesh. She doesn't need any introduction because we have already she is known to all of us, and also we have introduced her last time also. First we'll start with Vande Mataram and then Prarthana. After that we will hand over the webinar platform to Swamini ji. I request Tangirala Krishnamurti garu to recite Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Suphalam, Malayajasitalam, Sasyashamalam, Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyotsna pulakitayamini pullakusumita drumadala shobhini suhasini sumadhura bhashini sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram. Yeah.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదాలండి కృష్ణమూర్తి గారు. Now I will request Saugandhi ji to chant Prarthana.
Namasarvebhyah. Let us close our eyes for a moment and meditate. Let us make a sankalpa to attend the next 2 hours of webinar with Shraddha and Bhakti. Gananam tva ganapatigum havamahe kavim kavina upamashravastamam jeshtarajam brahmanam brahmanaspata anashunvan notibhis siddhasadanam. Om Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebirvajinivati Dhinama Vitrayavatu. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Gurureva Gatir Gurumeva Bhaje Guru Naiva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Shishurasmi Guru Matirasti Gurau Mama Pahi Guru Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakritim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतंगमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। हरिः ॐ श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ।
ధన్యవాదములండి. Now let us request Swamini ji to start the webinar.
Yes. Om Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. Om Bhadran Karne Vishrunayam Devaha Bhadram Bhakshe Makshabhirya Jatraha Sthirairangai Stuštuvagum Sastanobhihi Vishema Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vruddhashavaha Swasti na Pusha Vishwavedaha Swasti nastarksho Arishtanemihi Swasti no Bruhaspatir Dadato. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namaste to all. So today topic is Dharma Purushartha. Last time we saw that Dharma is already there in everybody's buddhi. No human being can say what is right, what is wrong is not known to the person. So according to our Vedic Sanatan Dharma, there are 4 Purusharthas are there. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. According to our own experience, our life, the first Purushartha is Artha Purushartha, earning. Sampatti, Satta, security. That is the Artha Purushartha. Then comes Kamaha, enjoyment. Progeny, enjoyment. Fulfilling the desires. Then comes Dharma into the picture. So this is how we look into it. So according to our life experience, the order, the krama for the Purushartha is Artha, Kama, Dharma, and then last will be the Moksha. But Shastra doesn't give that particular order. Shastra says Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. So why Shastra is telling Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha? Why Dharma is the first Purushartha? Because Dharma is limiting Artha and Kama. Whatever sampati, whatever money, wealth, land, power, securities, whatever you want to gain, you gain, but it has to have the limitations of Dharma. That means within Dharma, you can earn whatever you want. Within Dharma, whatever enjoyments you want to do, you can do. But there is no way you can transgress Dharma for Artha and Kama. And therefore, this is one reason, therefore the Dharma is the first Purushartha. Now the question is, if Dharma is already in my buddhi, then why Dharma is a Purushartha? What is the meaning of the Purushartha? Purushena arthyate prarthyate iti Purushartha. That which is being asked by the person, human being, is called Purushartha. That which is desired by the person. So that means Dharma is a Purushartha. That means what? I need to have the Dharma as a goal of my life. That is Purushartha. That is what I want to gain. That's the meaning of Purushartha. So why Dharma is a Purushartha if it's known to me? Why Shastra is telling that Dharma is a Purushartha? Because if we look into the life of carnivorous animals like lion, tigers, in their life, there is only one job for them. Get their food and have a progeny. That's it. But when it comes to the vegetarian animals like deer, rabbit, they have two jobs to do in their life. They also have to find their food and they also need to have a progeny. Plus, they need to protect themselves from these carnivorous animals. They have to protect themselves and they have to find the food. But when it comes to human being, there are three jobs. Find the food, have a progeny, protect oneself from others. Third job is protect oneself from oneself. Understand this properly. We need to protect ourselves from ourselves. That is what Bhagavan said in Gita in 6th chapter. Uddhared atmanatmanam natmanam avsadaye. Atmaiva hyatmano bandhu atmaiva ripuratmana. Uddhared means you protect yourself from yourself. Don't allow yourself to fall for something which is not desirable in the life. Understand this? That means Dharma is a Purushartha because we need to protect ourselves from ourselves. Chinmayananji used to tell that during Satyuga, there was a fight, there is a war between two lokas, Asura Loka and Sura Loka. Deva Loka, Asura Loka. During Treta Yuga, there was a war between two kingdoms, Lanka and Ayodhya. During Dwapar Yuga, there was a war within the family, Kaurava and Pandava. In Kali Yuga, there is a war within the person. Person knows what is right, what is wrong. But to follow the right, as last time I said, it is a choiceless choice for you. The choice is given to you, karmani eva tadhikara. But you don't have a choice to choose what is wrong, adharma. And therefore, dharma becomes a purushartha. To follow dharma, to lead a life according to the dharma, becomes a purushartha. In our life, if we see, look at this day-to-day life in general people. To lie is not a big job, but to live the life of truth becomes a real effort. That's Purushartha. To live life whenever want to get up and eat whatever, easy. But to live the life according to Vedic Dharma, Sandhya Vandanam. Just start with Sandhya Vandanam, you will know what is Dharma Purushartha. Why? We have to desire to get up early. We have to desire to go for Sandhya Vandanam. It takes a lot of efforts on our part. And therefore, Dharma is a Purushartha. Until and unless the person desires, there is no Dharma. You have to have a decision. You have to have commitment for Dharma. And therefore, though Dharma is known to everyone, it is a Purushartha. We need to follow Dharma. If we look into Mahabharata stories, what are the stories of Mahabharata? How each person is trying to live the life of Dharma. Bhishma Pitama, Dronacharya, Krupacharya, Arjun, Yudhishthir, Harishchandra, Nala, Damayanti. All these stories are what? How to follow Dharma. Why we need Dharma? Because that's a Purushartha, that's a life. Last time, as I said, Dharma only makes you human being. That means to be human being, we need to follow Dharma. But what is Dharma? The word Dharma means what? Dharati iti Dharma. That which holds you as human being. It's a Purushartha. My teacher, Swamini, used to tell us that every second, every moment in your life, there are so many options are given. And you have to choose from that. The choice has to be. And therefore, every moment we go through this. And therefore, Dharma is a Purushartha. We need to live the life of Dharma. See, that's one of the things nowadays I am telling the people. To talk about Gita is a one thing, to talk about Veda is a one thing. But to live the life of Dharma, if I say in Sanskrit, in English, it's called practicing Hindu. Understand? It's not that easy. To live the life according to Vedic Dharma, leading the life of Dharma, it's not only telling truth or no cheating. That's not the only Dharma. Understand? It has to be imbibed in our life. It's a part and parcel of our life. And therefore, dharma means you lead your life according to the Shastra. In 6th chapter only there is a word sadhu. In that sadhu swapi papeshu sarvatra samadarshana. So there Shankaracharya gives the definition of sadhu. Who is sadhu? It's not that wearing this or tilakam is sadhu. Shastra anukarini. Look at this word. One who follows the Shastra to live the life. He is sadhu. Understand? Do we follow the Shastra in our life? Sadhu means, even look at the Sadhan Panchakam also. Vedo nityam adhiyatam taduditam karma swanushthiyatam. Every day we need to study Shastra. Every day we need to follow the instructions of the Shastra. Satyam vada dharmam chara. Dharma na pramaditavyam. Kusala na pramaditavyam. So there, Shankaracharya discussed this. The Manushya means what? Karma adhikari. The one who has a choice over action is called karma adhikari. So there when he says Satyam vada, Dharmam chara, look at this one. So the question is, why Shastra has to instruct us for this? Satyam vada, Dharmam chara. And if it's giving the instruction to us, then what about my choice? What about my desire? So there Shankaracharya says that when the Shastra says Satyam vada, the vada is instructions, understand? The order. May you speak truth. Dharmam chara, may you follow dharma. So Shankaracharya says, it's not that it's restricting your freedom over action. It's just giving you an instruction that if you follow this way, it's good for you. If you say truth, it's good for you. Then it says, Dharma na pramaditavyam. Look at this. Don't transgress dharma. Na pramaditavyam. You don't need to have or disowning. Understand this. Pramaditavyam means we don't disown the dharma. Then what? Kushalana pramaditavyam. Whole Taittiriya Upanishad Shikshavali is all this only. That's called Shikshavali. What is Kushalana pramaditavyam? What is the Kushalam there? In Gita also there is a word Kushalam, understand? Yoga karmasu kaushalam. Here, most of the people are making mistakes. Here, kushalam is not expertise, understand? It's not that you are expert in something. Yoga karmasu kaushalam, when we say, it's not the person expert in the actions. If the person is expert in action, it becomes the yoga, then Dawood Ibrahim also is a karma yogi, understand? What is the kushalam? What is the expertise? Not performing action. Dharmad na pramaditavyam, kushalan na pramaditavyam. You need to have expertise. The expertization is in the choosing the action. What action you choose to perform. That's your kaushalam. Understand this? That's why I say Kali Yuga means there is a war inside us. Should I get up or not? That's how we start our day, understand? That's a problem. Okay, 5 minutes more. Oh, it's 5:30. Okay, 10 minutes more I can be in the bed. You're fighting with yourself. Should I get up or not? You're fighting with yourself. Should I eat or not? So that means there is a conflict, there's a confusion, there's a conflict in our own mind to what to do and what not to do, what to say, what not to say. The person who is very clear about what is to be done and what is not to be done, that clear mind is called kaushala. No confusion, no conflict in the mind. There is no conflict. Dharma becomes so easy for the person. It's a part and parcel of the life. In other words, the person doesn't need to transgress dharma, doesn't need to lie, doesn't need to cheat, doesn't need to steal. Understand? That's a kaushala. The person has to grow, mature. That all other thing becomes secondary in the life. That's called Dharma Purushartha. That's why Dharma Purushartha is the first place in our Purushartha. No conflict. Whether it's getting up in the morning or study or eating or talking or friends or Facebook or WhatsApp, no conflict. No confusion. Understand? Just imagine the life, just imagine the mind where there is no confusion, what is to be done, what is not to be done. Very clear. That's Dharma Purushartha, understand? See, problem, the modern days problem is, for everything we have a Google guru and we have consultants. Any law problem, advocates are there. Any earning problem, chartered accountants are there. Any medical issues, doctors are there. So our whole life is now depending on the others' decision. I'm not telling don't consult them, do consult them. But what I'm telling is that Dharma Purushartha means I need to decide what I want to do according to the Shastra. Taduditam karma swanushteyata. We follow Dharma properly. But following Dharma is very important for us. But we need to be expert in that. There is no confusion, very clear mind. Shankaracharya, one place says, the person who follows Dharma, his mind is like a nirmalam, like a prasada. Very clear, very innocent, you know. Why I need to tell lie? So there's a need to do that. Sadhu means one who doesn't need to lie, doesn't need to say anything. Shastra Anukari. And therefore, Dharma should become the first place in our life. That makes you a human being. And that is clear in your mind. Then no confusion. See, in every language, I'm sure it is there. That you lie once, it makes you say 100 other lies. You know, एक झूठ 100 झूठ बुलाता है. But if you tell truth, no problem. You are clear what you are doing. So first we need to have that mind. Dharma Purushartha means we have to develop that mind where there is no internal confusion, conflicts, war, nothing. Understand? And there in Shikshavali itself says, suppose you have a confusion. Karma vichikitsa sya. Suppose you have some confusion or you have some questions regarding what is to be done, what is not to be done. Brahmanaha, Vivarshinaha. You go to the people, those who are following Dharma. Brahmana means, don't take Brahmana means having a choti. Brahmana means those who are expert in Vedas. Those who are following Dharma. My definition of Brahmana Kshatriya is very different. Brahmana who are afraid of doing anything adharma. There's a fear in the mind of the person to do some adharma. Kshatriya means the person who can't stand adharma. That's called Kshatriya. Vaishya means, okay, a little bit here and there can do. Shudra means who follows the instruction of others. He doesn't think himself. You tell him, it does it. That's it. If you ask why you are doing, no answer. That's it. So Brahmana means those who are following Dharma, those who are following the Shastra's instructions, and they don't need to do anything wrong. They don't need to lie. That's why Dharma Purushartha means you free yourself from adharma totally. You free yourself. As much you free yourself from this, you will see that your mind is so quiet. Very clear mind. No internal conflict. Day-to-day life, we are all facing problems. Everybody is going to face the problem in day-to-day life. That's a different thing, understand? That's external things. Everybody is going to face, whether sadhu is there or whether gnani is there, agnani is there, sadhu is there, sannyasi is there. Everybody is facing day-to-day life problems. Nobody is free from that. Understand that. That's everybody. But internally, we are free or not. Wherever you are happy. Understand? That's why Dharma is a Purushartha in our life. Next. When we say Dharma is a Purushartha, Shastra says there are two types of the dharmas. One is a Samanya Dharma, other is a Vishesha Dharma. Samanya Dharma means that which is common to all human beings. Ahimsa, Satya, Brahmacharya, Aparigraha, Asteya. This is common to all. Tapaha, Shaucham, Swadhyaya. Common to all. Yam and Niyam, what we call according to Ashtanga Yoga. That's common to all. Everybody needs to follow it. Tapaha, Shaucham, Swadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhan. Common to all. Everybody needs to follow it. Ahimsa, Brahmacharya, Satya, Asteya, Aparigraha. Common to all. All human beings needs to follow it. It's called Samanya Dharma. Universal. It's not that telling lie is wrong in India and not in America. See, cheating is also not lawful. Here also it's the same. Therefore, the Samanya Dharma is there. Then the second is called Vishesh Dharma. Understand this properly. In Gita, Bhagavan says, Chaturvarnyam maya shrishtam gunakarma vibhagasha. Chaturvarnyam. So Varna means not only Varna, there is Ashrama Dharma. It's called Varna Dharma, Ashrama Dharma, Kula Dharma, Grama Dharma. It's called Vishesha Dharma. Varna Dharma means, as I said, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. We have to understand this word properly. Then you will understand what is a Vishesha. We are not dividing the society. We are not belittling anybody in this Varna Dharma or Ashrama Dharma. Clearly, Bhagavan says, Guna Karma Vibhagasha. Vibhagasha according to division, according to the Guna. What is the Guna? There are three Gunas, Sattva, Raja, Tama. There, Shankaracharya gives very beautiful definitions. Sattva Pradhanaha. Understand? So there are three Gunas are there. And nobody is free from these three Gunas. Nanya Gunebhyaha. Understand? Nobody is free from this. But there is a permutation combination of these three Gunas are there. So, mathematically, if you see, these three Gunas are there, and when we see the permutation combination of these three, then we have 6 combinations, understand? Sattva, Raja, Tama. Sattva, Tama, Raja. Then Raja, Sattva, Tama, Raja, Tama, Sattva. Then Tamoguna. Tama, Sattva, Raja, Tama, Raja, Sattva. If Sattva is predominant, Sattva Pradhana, Sattva is predominant, Mukhya. Then it is backed by Raja, and then third place is Tamas. Sattva is predominant, then second place is Tama, and then a Raja. So these 6 combinations are there. SRT, STR, understand? RST, RTS. And then Tamas, TSR and TRS. So mathematically we see there are 6 permutation combinations. But practically if we see, only 4 are possible. See, in grammar also it is said. The grammatically sometimes the sentence is proper. Grammatically it is proper. Devadatta Agnim Pibeta. Grammatically it's fine. Devadatta Agnim Pibati. Devadat drinks fire. Grammatically it is fine. Practically it's not there. It's called yogyata. In grammar it's called yogyata. That sentence needs to have the yogyata. Then only it's called correct sentence. Grammatically it is correct. That doesn't mean it is a correct. That yogyata has to be there. That's why Devadatta Agnim Pibati, that's not a proper sentence. Same way, we have these 6 combinations. When the Sattva is predominant, it is backed by Raja. And then third place is Tama. That's fine. But when the Sattva, now look at what is Sattva. Sattva means where there is a calmness, dharma, knowledge, happiness, cheerfulness. That's Sattva. In Gunatita, you see all this time. 14th chapter, Gita. What is the Raja? Pravrutti, activities, ambitions. Projects. This is all Raja. What is Tama? Nidra, Alasya, Pramada. These three. Nidra means your buddhi is gone. Buddhi is sleeping. Alasya means laziness, means buddhi is awakened. But fellow doesn't get up from the bed. Pramada means what? He gets up from the bed, he does something, but makes mistake. This is called tamas. Now, when in the mind of the person, when the sattva is predominant, when there is a knowledge, happiness, cheerfulness, is it possible that sattva is supported by tama? No possibility. That's why sattva, raja, tama is a possible, but sattva, tama, raja, that second one is not possible. That's why we have to remove it. When raja is predominant, sattva can, this raja is supported by sattva, and then tama is possible. Raja is there, then tama in second place also is possible, and then sattva is the third place also is possible. Fifth one is a tama is a predominant. Is it possible that tama is supported by sattva? No. So that's why the fifth combination is not possible. The last one is tamoguna is supported by rajoguna, and then third place is sattva. That is possible. And therefore, sattva pradhanaha, that is a one. Rajo pradhana, tamo gun, rajo gun, and then sattva gun, that is a second. Rajo gun and then tamo gun is a third. And tamo gun supported by rajo gun is a fourth. This is a four combinations. Understand? That means sattva pradhanaha brahmanaha. Look at this. It's not vice versa, understand. Brahmana is sattva pradhana, we don't say. We say whoever is a sattva pradhana is called Brahmana. Guna karma vibhagasha. The one who is predominant rajoguna but supported by sattva, kshatriya. Rajoguna is predominant, supported by tamoguna, vaishya. Tamoguna predominant, shudra. So that's called varnashram. According to guna, this is what is called. If you look into the 18th chapter, Bhagavan talks about what is the Brahma karma, what is the Kshatriya karma, what is the Vaishya karma, what is the Shudra karma. Understand? But Brahmana is not a jati, it is a guna Brahmana. It is a guna Kshatriya, it is a guna Vaishya, it is a guna Shudra. So that is called Varnashram, Varna Dharma. Then there is a Brahmana Dharmas also. Then Ashrama Dharma, Vishesh Dharma, second is a Ashrama Dharma. Ashrama means the stage of your life, you know. Brahmacharya means the stage of your life where you study. That's a phase of your life where you are studying. Brahmacharya means to study. Brahmacharya also has a different meanings. Brahmani charati di brahmacharya. It's called Brahmana. Brahmana is called Brahmachari, means the one who revels in Brahman. The wise people, Gnani is called Brahmachari. Why? He revels in the Brahman. Understand? Brahmacharya means Guru Shushrusha Antevasi, the one who lives with the Guru in Gurukulam. It's called Antevasi. Ante means near, Samipam. One who lives near the Guru and study. And Guru Seva, Shushrusa means Guru Seva. Generally, see, certain words, Rudhi it is called in Sanskrit. Commonly, it has given certain meaning. Shushrusa, what we mean? Shushrusa means Seva. It's not Seva, understand? According to Sanskrit, it is what? Jignasa means what? Gnatum ichha jignasa. The desire to know is called jignasa. Mumuksha, desire to be liberated is called mumuksha. Pipasa, desire to drink is called pipasa. The sun pratyay gives the meaning of desire. Same way, shushrusha, understand? Shru means to hear. Desire to listen to the Shastra from the teacher is called Shushrusha. Means you live with Guru and study the Shastra. It's called, real meaning of Shushrusha is you study Shastra with Guru. That is a brahmacharya. Understand? Then grahastha ashram. Grahastha ashram means you take the responsibility of the family, of the society. You earn money, you spend money for the family, for the society. Grahastha Dharma, which is called. In Manusmriti, very clearly it is said that entire Vedic Dharma, understand this, is based on Grahastha Dharma. Because Grahasthi is the one who is giving the opportunity to this brahmachari to study. Grahastha is one who is supporting himself. Grahastha is one who is supporting the retired people, parents, old people, society. And also Grahastha is the one who gives the alms to us sannyasi. That's why Grahastha is a base of entire Vedic Dharma. Nowadays, why we are falling from Sanatan Dharma is Grahasthashram is not proper. Understand? Grahasthashram means you have to have all these responsibilities. Taking care of the children, taking care of the parents, taking care of the family, taking care of the society. That's called Grahastha Dharma. Then comes Vanaprastha Dharma. Vanaprastha means after retirement means once the children are grown, they have completed the study, they have started earning, they have started taking the responsibility of the family, then parents need to retire. Retire doesn't mean go to the, what they call, kitty party, senior citizen club. That's not Vanaprastha, understand? Vanaprastha meaning means prasthana means going. You go to the vanam. That's called Vanaprastha. But nowadays not possible. That's why Vanaprastha means you live a life of your own life with dharma, bhakti, japa, tapa, study of the Shastra, Vedanta. Swamiji used to tell Vedanta is the best retirement plan. When you are free from the responsibilities, start studying Vedanta. Bhakti, Vedanta, all these things are called Vanaprasthashram. And sannyas, sannyasashram. Understand, sannyas also is compulsory for all. But there is a nice verse regarding this ashrama dharma. Very beautiful verse, understand. It encompasses whole of your life. Prathame narjitam vidyam, dvitiye narjitam dhanam, tritiye narjitam punyam, chaturthe kim karishyate. The first stage of your life, if you have not earned the knowledge, enough knowledge in your life. Second phase of your life, you have not earned enough money. Dvitiye narjitam dhanam. Tritiye narjitam punyam. If there is not enough punyas are done during this third stage of life. Chaturthe kim karish. What will be the lot of this fourth stage of your life? Look at the people after 75, 80, What they are? Nothing. Understand? So that's the ashrama dharma. Then kula dharmas are there. Grama dharmas are there. So all called Vishesh dharma. Now, the goal of Samanya dharma is a Purushartha, Dharma Purushartha. What is the goal of Vishesh dharma? We have to understand this properly. Why Vishesh dharma? Why Shastra is dividing people, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Dharma? A lot of people have these questions. Shastra is not dividing people. It's a need of the life. Varna Dharma is a need of the society, need of the life. Understand this properly. In any big industry, company, or any family, if you see this joint family, united family. Always these four type of the people are there. If you see the company, there are people, those who are doing research, those who are thinking about how to grow this company. So they are all thinking people, research, those who are doing the research, those who are doing the thinking. Then there is second level of the people, those who are the administrators. They administrate the company. They take care of the security of the company. Sanchalan, what we call. Suraksha and Sanchalan. Brahmana means Samshodhan is there, thinking, Suvichar is there. Then there are people, those who are working for the accounting. How the money is coming, where the money is used, how money is saved. So all financial activities. And there are laborers are there, those who are working for the company. So the people, those who are working for the research and growing the company, thinking people, called Brahmana. Administrative and security, Kshatriya. Financial things, Vaishya. And laborers are the Shudra. Temple, just see the temple. Running the temple also is what? Brahmanas are there, those who are doing puja. Kshatriyas are there, those who are administrating the temple, those who are taking care of the security of the temple. Then there are financial things are there, Vaishya. And the parikara we call, Parikaras are there. They are to clean the temple, seva, Shudra. This karma, in 18th chapter. Then this Bhagavan is talking about this karma. There Bhagavan very clearly said, Sve sve karmani abhirataha. Samsiddhim labate nar. The person who follows his or her dharma, he gains the siddhi. So, there it is said very clearly that in the temple, the Brahmana is doing the puja of the Devata. Understand this one thing. There is no murti in the temple. Don't say murti. Once it is a pranapratishtha, Devata is there. It's called Vigraha, not murti. It is no more murti, understand. A lot of Brahmana also talks like that. It is not murti. It is a Devata there, called Vigraha. So Brahmana is doing the puja of the Vigraha, Devata there. The Brahmana who honestly follow the rules of the temple of the worshipping, the Kshatriya who is honestly doing the administrations and security of the temple, Vaishya who is honestly doing the financial things, and the Shudra honestly doing the seva of the temple. Shastra says none of them is belittled, none of them is higher, and none of them is lower, understand. Sve sve karmani abhirata. The person who follows his or her duties, he gains heaven. Brahmana also will go to heaven. Shudra also will go to heaven. Understand? So in the eyes of the Shastra, Shudra is not a lower caste. Brahmana is not a higher caste. There is no lower, higher in the eyes of Shastra. Shudra also, if performs seva properly, he is going to go to heaven. Brahmana also is going to go to heaven. Don't think that Brahmana will go to heaven and the Shudra won't go to. No. He is also going to go to heaven. Understand? And therefore, this Varna Dharma or Ashrama Dharma is not higher and lower. Guna Karma Vibhaga. Now, what is a guna? Look at this. How many minutes we have? 10 minutes more? Om?
Yeah. You can have 15 minutes more.
Okay, thank you. So, now that means what is the purpose of this Vishesha Dharma? Understand? Here comes the Moksha Purushartha. I started with 4 Purushartha: Dharma, Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Vishesha Dharma is meant for Moksha Purushartha. Because when the person follows one's own nature, guna, there is a minimum conflicts in the mind. Now, do you understand now what is a dharma? If somebody is a Kshatriya, see, this is what happened to Arjun. Arjun said, Nayotsayati Govinda, Bhagavan, I'm not going to fight. Bhagavan said, you cannot give up your Kshatriya Dharma. That is, the Kshatriya Dharma is cannot stand the Dharma. Arjun, if you think that you will give up this war and go to the Rishikesh or Ganga bank, it's not going to work for you because you are Kshatriya. You cannot stand any other dharma, any kind of the conflict in the society. You are going to fight for it. Nowadays, we need more Kshatriyas, understand, for Hindu Dharma. Present situation is such, we need more Kshatriyas. So, person who follows one's own nature, then there is no conflict in the mind. He's not going against his nature, and therefore it's very common for the person to live very simple life. And once we get that kind of the lifestyle, then inner freedom is there. This is what we need to gain, understand? We need to gain that inner freedom. Once that inner freedom is there in our life, then we look for the moksha. What is the goal of human life? Why we are born here? Why these people are my parents? See, Bhajgovinam, that's what Shankaracharya brings, that questions. He wants to ask ourselves these questions, ko ham kutayatah, ko kame janani, ko me tatah. Understand? So once we get that inner leisure, inner freedom, then we come back to our fundamental problems. As I said earlier, day-to-day life, we are going to face the problems. It's a three things: roti, kapda, makan. Understand? This is what our life is: roti, kapda, makan. That's our day-to-day life. But at the same time, if we have enough inner leisure, then we can look into the purpose of human life. What is a human life? Why we are human being here? Why this human life is given to us? What is the real purpose of human life? Understand? But if the person mind is not enough matured, enough free, now it's going to go to his fundamental problem. Everybody is facing this fundamental problem, but not enough free to address these fundamental problems. Understand? Every human being having these three fundamental problems. I don't want to die. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be ignorant. Am I clear? I don't want to be ignorant. I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to die. Martya, Agnani, Dukhi. Nobody wants to be unhappy. But this is what we are facing. I am mortal, I am unhappy, I am ignorant. But when there is no inner freedom, the mind is not available to answer these fundamental problems, which is called moksha purushartha. Moksha means liberation. I want to free myself from the mortality. I want to free myself from the ignorance. I want to free myself from the unhappiness. Who wants unhappiness? Nobody wants. And therefore, by living the life of Vishesh Dharma, you have the matured, free mind available to address this fundamental problems. Same thing happened to Arjuna, understand? Look at this Gita. He was not mumukshu, he was not going for the moksha purushartha, understand? He was a simple grihastha. He wanted kingdom. He was fighting for the kingdom. And therefore, he was not addressing this fundamental problem. Though Bhagavan Krishna was with him, Bhagavan also waited all these years for Arjuna to address this. And so he thought, oh Bhagavan Swajanam hi katham hatva sukhinah syama madhava, hey Madhava, how am I going to be happy by killing my own people? Swajanam. And therefore say, Nayotsya iti Bhagavan, I'm not going to fight. Why? Nakanksha Vijayam Krishna. Bhagavan, I don't want victory. By killing all my own people, if I'm going to get the victory, I don't want it. The question, if you don't win this war, you are going to go to forest, it's fine. I don't want kingdom, Bhagavan. Nakanksha Vijayam Krishna Nacharajyam. If you don't have a kingdom, you're not going to be happy. A lot of problems will be there in the forest. Sukha nature. Understand? He's clearly told Bhagavan that I'm not going to fight. I don't want victory. I don't want kingdom. I don't want this luxury of the kingdom. Nakamshi Vijayam Krishna Nacharajyam Sukha nature. Understand? So his mind also is with this only, earth and kama only he was going. But then he said in the second chapter, Senoyor Ubhayor Madhya Ratham Sthapaya Mechyuta. Look at this, beautiful. Oh Lord, please place my chariot between these two armies. Senayor Ubayor Madhya. Now what is these two armies? Understand properly. Kaurava is a representative of adharma. Pandavas are the representative of dharma. Now when he asked Bhagavan to place his chariot between this, that means what? His mind is between dharma and adharma. That's beautiful. He is in the middle. Not dharma, not adharma. Look at this. That's where his mind started thinking of the fundamentals. First you follow dharma, then you come between. Here, Nachiketa was asked for, 3 boons were given to Nachiketa. So first one was for the family. Let my father's mind be calm, and when I go back, so it's called clever boy. Indirectly, he told Yamaraj, I'm not going to be here forever. So indirectly, he said, when I go back to my father, he recognizes me. That means I'm going back. Look at this. That's called clever. Then second is for the society, well-being of the welfare of the society. He asked that Agni Vidya. Third one is for himself. Anyatra dharma, anyatra adharma, anyatra krita kritacha. That which is other than dharma, that which is other than adharma, that which is other than karya, effect, karana, cause. Bhutat bhavyata, that which is beyond the time. Yattat pasyashi tadvada, that which you are seeing clearly, you know clearly, you talk about that to me. That means he asked for the Brahma Vidya. Understand? Same thing happened to Arjuna. He was between dharma and adharma. So he realized himself that the problem which I am facing here is not the problem externally. It is an internal problem. It's called fundamental problem. And he understood that the sorrow which I am going through, shoka sambhigna manasa, his mind is totally engrossed with this shoka, imbibed with this. It is soaked with shoka. And that time he realized that the shoka, the sadness, the sorrow which I am feeling, that is not something external. There is something to do with myself. And I need to address that sorrow. And therefore he told Bhagavan very clearly. Very clearly he told Bhagavan, Nahi prapasyami mama panudya yachokam indriyana. Bhagavan, yet shoka, the sorrow which I am feeling inside, the sorrow has filled me totally. I don't see the solution for this sorrow outside. So that sorrow, what I'm feeling, what should I do for that? I don't see the answer of this sorrow as if I get Suranam cha adhipatyam. Asapatna mruddam means the whole entire earth is my kingdom without any rival. That's not going to solve my problem of the soul. Even if I get the kingdom of the devatas, it's not going to solve my problem of the sorrow. I don't see the solution external, Bhagavan. And therefore, what he said to Bhagavan, Karpanya dosho apahata swabhava pruchhami tvam dharma sammuda cheta yat shreyasam nishchitam bruhi tanme shishyasteham shadhimam tvam. Yat shreya, shreya means moksha, that which is the moksha, that which helps me to cross this ocean of sorrow. Please teach me, Sadhimam, please teach me. Understand? So Vishesh dharmas are meant to take you to your fundamental problems. See, therefore, nowadays this Vishesh dharma is no more what I can say, relevant nowadays. Why? Because we are looking for artha and kama. But Dharma Purushartha, and then in that also Vishesha Dharma Purushartha is meant for the Moksha Purushartha. Understand? It takes you to that fundamental problem. Therefore, to follow Dharma, which takes you to the fundamental problem, which take you to Vishesha Dharma, and Vishesh Dharma takes you to the Moksha Purushartha. That's what happened to Arjuna. And Bhagavan waited all these years for Arjuna to ask for this Brahma Vidya. And Bhagavan started teaching Arjuna. Understand? And therefore, Vishesh Dharma is for the Moksha Purushartha. It has nothing to do with Artha and Kama. See, nowadays, what is all conflicts going on is because of that. People don't follow Dharma. And therefore, we live the life of conflict. We live the life of the confusion. And so, Dharma Purushartha is there, Samanya Dharma is there, Vishesha Dharma is there. And the purpose of Vishesha Dharma is only one thing, and that is a Moksha Purushartha, which is the goal of human life. Understand this properly. Moksha means you cross the ocean of samsara, samsara sagar. In Bhagavata 11th chapter, Sri Krishna said very clearly that this human life is meant for what? This human life is rare, understand? Durlabham sudurlabham nrudeham. It is not only rare, it's the rarest of the rare, understand? Sudurlabham. And this human life is given with Dharma Purushartha, Artha Purushartha, Kama Purushartha. Guru Karnadharam, when this Bhavabdi means Bhavasagara is there, Samsara Sagar, ocean of Samsara is there, we need Navika. Guru Karnadharam, Guru also is available. Maya iritam nabhasmita. When the boat is there in the ocean, even whatever expert sailor is there. But if the wind is not conducive, nobody can save you. So Bhagavan said, my grace in the form of the conducive situation is also available. All this is there still. Puman bhavabhim na tare, the person who doesn't cross the bhavasagara, sa atmaha, he is going for the suicide. Atmaha, he is destroying himself. Therefore, the human life, the goal of human life is a moksha purushartha. Get liberated from this fundamental problem, liberated from this samsara. And therefore, to follow dharma also is required, to follow Vishesha dharma also is required, and human life is meant for the moksha purushartha. Om Tat Sat. Okay. Question? I read some. In general, we see people, they don't realize they are ignorant of important qualities, dharmas, how to accept that oneself is inadequate in many good qualities when oneself come to such realization. See, that's why in Gita only Bhagavan said, Agnanena avrutam gnanam tena muhyanti jantava. Very first realization is that I am ignorant of myself. That realization has to be there. That means first person has to know that I am an ignorant person. And because of that, muhyanti jantava, that is the confusion, that is the conflict in the life. Moha means confusion, conflict in the life. So the real cause of confusion and conflict is the ignorance of the oneself. So that first we have to realize. Once we realize that ignorance is our problem, then we go for the knowledge, Brahma Vidya. Until and unless we realize that ignorance is the problem, how we are going to go for the knowledge of the self? Understand? Therefore, externally person can be expert in his or her field. That's not a problem. But when it comes to the Brahma Vidya, we have to follow Dharma. We have to follow Guru. Mundakopanishad, that is what Mundakopanishad says. Saguru meva vigachat shrotriyam brahmanishtham. That Shankaracharya very clearly said. Sarva shastragnopi asampradayvit murkhavad upekshaniya. Understand? Sarva shastragnopi swatantrena brahma anveshanam na kuryat. Nobody can independent way can find out what is Brahman. I am Brahman. Nobody can find out. One has to go to Guru. But before going to Guru, one has to realize that what is my problem? The fundamental problem has to be resolved. And therefore, this listening to the Shastra is very, very much required. That's what Shankaracharya says. Vedo nityam adhiyatam. You study the Shastra. Study means doesn't mean read, understand. Study is not reading. Study means you go to Guru and learn from the Guru. That's called Shushrusa. That's why I said Shushrusa means desire to listen to the Shastra. Am I clear?
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
Oh.
Okay, any other questions anybody wants to ask?
I'm sorry.
Okay, anybody else wants to ask a question or clarify any doubts?
Swamini, are there recordings of your lectures on Bhagavad Gita? Writing?
Writing, I tell my Swamiji's Gita home study book is the best book to read, because what he taught us in the ashram as a prasthantra, part of the study of the Gita,
Okay.
that is transcribed and published as a book form called Gita home study. You can write down, there is an app is available, Swamiji's app, Teaching of Swami Dayananda. That app is available on Play Store.
Okay.
From that, you can get the Gita home study, you can order from that. It's a very big book, voluminous book. It is a 9 volumes.
Oh, okay.
But every word of Gita is being explained. That is what I translated into Gujarati. Whole of Gita. That's the best book you can study, Gita home study.
Okay. Dhanyavad.
Oh.
Okay.
My lectures are not available because I was teaching in Gujarati. So whole Gita in Gujarati is available. English, I taught 1 to 7 chapters in Rishikesh when I was Acharya there in the Vedanta course.
Okay.
But that I have not published that one because I have to ask the ashram whether I can publish that lectures or not, because it was a part of the course there. So I have not asked them whether I can put it on YouTube or not, because as a part of the course,
Okay.
I taught them 1 to 7 chapters. That is in English.
Okay. Okay. If at all you put it on YouTube, you could share it with our group,
Yes,
course group.
My Panchadashi is available on Advaita Academy, whole of Panchadashi.
Okay.
Panchadashi from the scratch, whole all 15 chapters available on Advaita Academy. You just say Advaita Academy, Swami Sadvidyanandaji Panchadashi, there.
Okay. Okay.
That you can listen to. That Panchadashi classes are there in Hindi.
Okay.
Anything?
No, that is it. Swamini. Dhanyavad, Swamini.
Oh.
Okay, anybody else who wants to interact with Swamini ji on this topic? If
Any
you
question regarding Dharma, Purushartha and all that also? Anybody has any doubt can ask.
if you are not finding now, you don't have a doubt, but later on, if you have doubt, you can always send to me or Swamini ji for any clarification.
Yes, all are welcome.
Maybe we can have regular webinars of yours on Bhagavad Gita or any of the texts, Swamini.
Yeah, we can do that. We can do that.
So
We
it
can
will be
start Bhagavad Gita also.
some
But it
regular.
takes long time because Bhagavad Gita is a huge 700 verses are there. So everybody has to have enough commitment for the regular classes, you know. Because Gita is like going to the school, you know, one day you go to school and the other day you don't go to school, doesn't work, you know, you have to go every day. So Gita also says,
Colonel Mahodaya, maybe we can have one study group like for Bhagavad Gita Mahodaya, like this, where Swamini takes the study group.
Okay. We'll think
we'll
of that.
discuss that.
Okay. Okay, good. Mahodaya. Done.
Okay. Now we will go for the closing formalities. Let us thank Swamini ji for taking out her time and educating us on the topic on Dharma. Then we are going to have next class in the next week, same time.
Yeah.
And so let us now close with the Prarthana and then national anthem.
Yes.
Okay. Saugandhi ji, can you chant Prarthana?
स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं क्षोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अधनाः सदनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतं सत्यं वद धर्मं चर स्वाध्यायान् मा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति।
ధన్యవాదములండి సౌగంధి గారు. Now let us request Tangirala Krishnamurti garu to recite on the Janaganamana.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल वंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे, गाहे तव जय गाथा। जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता। जय हे जय हे जय हे, जय 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 हे, जय हे।
Thank you, Krishnamurti garu. And thank you, Swamini ji. Thank you for let us meet next week. And also, I will share the video with all of you.
Dhanyavad, Mahodaya.
Okay, let me stop recording.